Mike Tirico and Greg Olson on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. But let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run with Vidal. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Disley is the man in motion. Herbert going to try to throw on third down. He'll try to run for it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Steelers offense going to take over now for the second time. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. This one complete to Hayward. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On the ground, Gainwell. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. There'll be no gain on that one.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rodgers. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. The offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This a 42-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
Chargers, nothing.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goals to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here's Darius Davis to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They fumbled it away on that opening possession. Fortunate, it only led to a field goal, so they're in a 3-0 hole as they start this drive. 1st and 10. This is by Dell. He'll push forward for about a yard. Peyton Wilson, that time, in on the stop.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a 1st down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
He's able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not the second. He's taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. They hook up again, 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On play action, now Herbert. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. They'll give this to Vidal. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Disley is the man in motion. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. In trouble, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So now, 4th down, and Cameron Dicker is on for the Chargers. This one from 52 yards away. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw. Here's a screen set up for Warren. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Vidal. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here comes Vidal. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers and secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, L.A.
And the Chargers first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Motion man is Johnston. On play action, it's Herbert. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Looking middle and complete with Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That one going to land a little too close to the goal line. Doesn't stop, into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Rodgers. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
So So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. On the ground, they'll go with Vidal. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Allen in motion. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 3-all is the score. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter. They've got it second down and 11. Disley is the man in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet.
And he's in. Keenan Allen. Touchdown Chargers. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. It's up and good. Chargers take a 10-3 lead.
Steelers 3.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Gainwell. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Here's Gainwell. Peeling forward for maybe a yard. Benjamin St. Juste there on the tackle.
At the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A ball deep for the end zone. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up third down. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He'll air it out, deep for Wilson. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action now, Herbert. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
First down throw there is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Herbert to throw. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. And he will score. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, LA. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers move out in front by the score of 17-3.
Steelers 3.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Williams now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rodgers on first down. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll go right back to Freiermuth. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Off he goes. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
That's just such an athletic play by an NFL quarterback, Mike, and you can see he tried to remain a passer as long as possible, but once it became clear there was nowhere to go with the ball, he puts it down and decides to do the rest with his legs, and he's able to take it all the way in for a touchdown.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Steelers are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10.
Steelers 10.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23.
The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set for their next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. On the toss, they'll run. Took that one outside, waiting for a cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll try to set up the screen here. He will not be able to get to the end. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. To return is Williams. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. He'll blow his way forward for a couple. Tuli Tuipulotu there for the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. It was Cam Hart in on the tackle.
And
This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
Steelers.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he is out of bounds, but there is a flag down, and we may erase that one.
Still 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. That's an incompletion. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, man he was looking for there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Rodgers going up top again. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. 16-yard pickup on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
That is caught, and he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal. Rodgers now. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown Steelers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. At issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane, the goal line. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for third and goal. They'll run the sneak, trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on fourth down.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And this will pay off. It is caught. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
17. Chris Boswell.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Davis now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Chargers offense ready to take over once again. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Disley is the man in motion. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended target that time. And 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Herbert. Going for it all. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Rodgers. He finds Austin with the grab. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 45-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. He'll find his man, Ben Skoranek. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
And now the Steelers are going to use their third and final timeout. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. Catch made, right side by Wilson.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down. Again, it's Rodgers. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Just shy of the goal line. 10 yards on the pickup.
So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Shotgun now for Herbert. To the middle of the field. He's got Johnston. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
1st and 10. Now a play fake. Herbert throwing it right into the hands hands of his running backs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Disley is the man in motion. Now, Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
Herbert to the air again. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
That is left side and taken in by Allen. And he will get into the end zone. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 2nd touchdown tonight. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Kicker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will go up by 7.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Steelers 17.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. A carry here for Warren. And they mark him down just shy of the 40. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
First down, Steelers.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
A run with Gainwell. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
Molden on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Warren. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Steeler first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
A little miscommunication there, and now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will cut the lead down to 4. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. They run out of the gun with Warren. That's a nice job, something out of nothing, sidestepping defenders for a gain of 4.
At the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's into the end zone yet again. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Steelers. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set for their next possession. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Make the handoff. Now Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup of 9. He's going to set up 2nd and 1.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Now Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And the Chargers.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Disley is the man in motion. Play action now. It's Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Derek Harmon. He gets in to drop it. It's a loss of 8.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Motion man is Johnston. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Ladd McConkey, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Warren, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Now a 2nd down throw from Rodgers. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
A gain of
13 yards on the catch there. That's a Steeler 1st down. Austin brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a loss of a yard.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
First down, Steelers.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL, and I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game, more important than how many gross yards you run for?
And after the play, that's Aaron Rodgers who is having some sort of issue down there, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Rudolph. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You certainly don't want to be wasting downs at this stage of the game, but with nothing open, I can't really blame him. There was really nowhere to go with the ball. You don't want to start throwing into tight coverage, and he just has to simply throw that one away.
It is 3rd and long. Rudolph looking to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front 7 is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And that one joints off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Steelers will move out in front, 27-24. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, you'll try to keep it going. Here comes Vidal. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
The Chargers.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
That's another Chargers first down. First and 10.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
A handoff, and this is Vidal. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's a run to begin the fourth quarter. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
3rd and 10.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So here is Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, in a big spot. This to tie things up here in the fourth. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Here's Williams on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Warren. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
It's a loss of 2.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, Rodgers. The open man is Wilson. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
First down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
3rd and goal for Aaron Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Tie game, 2nd half. Mistakes here can really decide the outcome of the game, so it's a really smart play. Nothing's open. Just throw it out of bounds. Live to fight another play.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. Davis now to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll run with Vidal. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
He's taken down at the
This just shows why you
39-yard
can't
line.
count on just
It's a
one
pickup
guy
of
to
6.
take him down.
Brings up
He's a
2nd
powerful
and
enough runner.
4.
You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On play action now, Herbert. That one pinballs around, but it is
Herbert's
incomplete.
pass, intended for
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. It's a pickup of 13 yards, and the Chargers have the first down.
15 yards on the play. And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9. On the ground, it's Vidal. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Right side and hauled in by McConkey. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Joey Porter Jr. on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Now Herbert on the bootleg. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's another.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
On the ground, they'll go with Vidal. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Motion man is Johnston. Shotgun now for Herbert. Throwing right. That's Johnston. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kamani Vidal. Touchdown Chargers. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Point after now from Dicker. He's got it. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Chargers 34, Steelers 30.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, it's Williams. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Gainwell. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
At the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3. 2nd down, they need 3. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
A gain of 16
They get
yards.
16 on that connection. That's a Steeler 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Gainwell. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout. Number 14 with a pickup of 14 and a 1st down. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And for that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here is 2nd and 7. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Rodgers going up top again. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Roman Wilson, touchdown Steelers. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game.
34.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Return, here comes Davis. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here is Justin Herbert and the Chargers, down by a field goal, 1:11 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves as they come up with 1st down. Here's 1st down. No play fake. Herbert. That is left side and taken in by Allen. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. A big one here in the 4th quarter. A gain of 48.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped, 55 seconds remaining here in the game. Here is first and goal. On play action. Now Herbert taking off.
First and goal. Quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. Second and goal.
Now, second and inches. They'll try to run this one in. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Steelers 37.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Gainwell to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. Here's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Second down, Rodgers. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. It comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Big play in the game right here. It's third down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. Broderick Jones, the former first-round pick, guilty that time. Awful time to get a penalty. Now first and 15. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.